The song for this reading is Human by Christina Perri. And the lyrics my guides wanted me to highlight are the chorus, and she says, "I'm only human and I bleed when I fall down. I'm only human and I crash and break down. Your words in my head, knives in my heart, you build me up and then I fall apart because I'm only human." So I am channeling someone who feels like they are failing in their life right now. They may be being really hard on themselves and really beating themselves up because of something that happened or something that they're feeling like they're failing at. But my guides want me to say to you that even though you may be frustrated with the way things are going right now, it's time to be optimistic. On the back it reads, "If you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings." And that includes the story that you're telling yourself about yourself. I'm very familiar with this feeling of failure and kind of wanting to curl up in bed and sleep until it's over and pretend like it's not happening because it hurts too much to face the issue that we're dealing with here. But this is an opportunity to rewrite your story. See that book here with all these cute little hearts growing out of it. You can rewrite this story. It's not too late. Next oracle card is Change Course. And on the back it reads, "A closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course." So whatever closed door you've come up against, this is an opportunity for you to rewrite that story, like I said, and do things completely differently. And my guides also wanted me to share this quote. He said, "You'll see this in marriages all the time. If you have a recurring problem with your partner that you really can't understand, it might be your fixation at some developmental stage that's the problem. Like, she's interacting with you in a way that elicits your 13-year-old self constantly, but she also might be reacting to you in a way that elicits her 13-year-old self. But if you listen to her, she'll get to that, and then she'll tell you the story, and then sometimes she'll be able to figure out what to do about that herself, or sometimes you'll have to discuss it, but it almost always results in tears." So before I read on, we might be talking about a struggling relationship, or maybe something that you feel is not working in a relationship. And your guides are inviting you to go back and figure out what it is, what the root cause of the issues are, because really any issues that we have in our current relationships that repeat like this, they have echoes from the past. And how do they say this? If the reaction is hysterical, then the origin of the issue is historical. I hope I said that right. And so we might be talking about some sort of failure that you feel in a close relationship in your life. But let's continue with this quote because this is super interesting. He says, "Children cry when they encounter an impediment they can't surmount, and I think what tears do is dissolve you to the state of neurological plasticity that characterizes early childhood so you can learn. People don't like that. That reversion is humiliating, but you have to break, and that's what the crying is. The crying is an indication that the current conceptual structure is sufficient and it has to die. The tears come, and now you're prepared to neurologically learn something new that will replace that old conceptual structure that's outdated and immature with a new, somewhat fragile conceptual structure." So what he's saying here is that a breakdown is sometimes necessary for things to get better in situations like this. So if you're really struggling in a relationship with someone, or even with your relationship with yourself, with your life, this moment that you're having right now, this breakdown, is actually helping you. So don't let this feeling of failure take you over, because you're not failing. You are not failing, you're learning. In any learning process, it's okay to not do things perfectly. Give yourself some grace and love yourself in this space, because that's the most healing thing you can do. And it's also going to be the most profound your own self-love will be the most profound tool you have to move forward and to succeed and to rewrite this story. And you can also see this in the tarot. The Eight of Cups is like your realization that the way things have been going in the past, that it is time to rewrite that story because it hasn't been working. And I love that the Knight of Cups follows this because you're choosing now to live from your heart. And maybe you weren't doing that in the past. And that's completely understandable because it's very vulnerable to live from the heart. And when your heart has been hurt so much in the past, this can be one of the scariest things that someone does. Living outside of your heart may have caused a lot of conflict in your life. It may have caused a lot of pain for you. And so I can see either you are doing this or you're being invited to do this, to get out of your mind and into your heart and let that guide you through this challenge that you're having right now. And you may be kind of at a crossroads with this, with the Two of Wands. You can stay in the old way of being, or you can step into newness. And you may be intimidated to do that because it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort to get there. And the Five of Wands can represent conflict, but if you can see the men in the Five of Wands, they are fighting with wands, not swords. So they're actually in training for a battle instead of actually being in battle. And so whatever it is that you feel you need to do or learn to get to the healing and the love that you seek, it's okay that you're in training still. Healing is a journey. It's a process. It's not something that we just arrive at overnight. And if you're willing to put in the effort and the work to heal what you feel needs healing here, you can get there. And the Star and the Ace of Cups following the Five of Wands represent great love and healing coming into your life as you do the work to heal yourself. And the Chariot represents raising your vibration and your awareness and moving forward authentically and boldly in your life, and you finally being in the driver's seat of your life instead of other people taking it over. And with the Devil card followed by the Page of Pentacles, you're being invited to look at the situation you're in and see all of the times that you've given your power away, and see all the times that you let fear take you over instead of following your heart, and get really clear about the patterns, maybe the addictions or situations that were toxic for you that tripped you up on your journey to your happiness and your feeling of success and satisfaction in your life. And I just want to close off this reading that anytime you are learning something new, anytime you are growing because of what you've been through, you are not failing. You haven't failed anything here because you're learning new things and you're rewriting your story, and also you're reprogramming your own mind, because a lot of what we go through, kind of like I said earlier, when it's a repeating pattern, which the Devil card represents that a lot, when it's a repeating pattern, it usually has historical, I'm talking going back to your childhood echoes. And this is an opportunity to learn about what those are and to go back to that place, your childhood, and to heal the wounds that have halted you from reaching your happiness. And you deserve that. You deserve that work and that effort that it takes to get there. You deserve that. And it's okay to be in training and to work through these difficult things to get to your happiness. And that's a really powerful thing to do. So, dear heart, you are not failing. Have hope, take heart, and it's okay to rewrite your story.